Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Disco Elysium. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're supposed to join me today, even though, well, who knows what we're gonna find today. Careful, these floorboards look rotten and weak. They do. There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin. First off, let's examine the tear and take it. 2 empty bottles of Tolola vodka and a can of black, quote, potent porter, unquote, is all you find. No, there's more in there, says our perception. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem unhygienic. I don't know what Pilsner bottles are, but our perception is good at noticing unhygiene. Unhygiene? The lack of hygiene. A tragedy, says Kim. He looks in the can, eyes watering from the smell. He shakes his head with genuine sadness. Okay. Well, I didn't take the tear. I suppose that's that. Let's see the cigarette package. Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads a Red Astra. I don't believe we've heard of that before. Examine the kebab wrapper. You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it as well. In a kebab? Ketchup? I mean, I suppose. As well as tomato wedge. Just a bit of tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revachol. It's no older than a day or two, no mold yet, says our visual calculus. It's hard to concentrate in the smell. The sea air brings some relief. Yep. Oh, is that tear for me? No, it is not. This coin-operated viewer has been out of order for years. Stop messing with a coin viewer and it's not a coin viewer, and hold on to something. The wind is so strong. Is it? That was our perception. A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned to an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits, in his cramped hand a chewing gum wrapper. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the left leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet. The smell is not as bad as a 2 weeks old corpse, but it's definitely heading there. Kim says, "Hold on." The lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. 2 bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is, he's been dead for 2 days, no longer. He stands up and shivers as a gust of wind blows through his bomber jacket. We need to investigate. Yes, we do. Our authority says another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now, says our composer. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe. We don't need to breathe. We're good. I'm going to study the men's clothes. He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom-made, says our composer. Composure! Actually, that is a good call. I thought it was, like, not the time to talk about that, but that might mean that he's rich, maybe? I assume so. It depends on... I don't know how the industry works here for tailors, though. Let's search his pockets. You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand. Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done. Let's study the man himself. The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still tangling through the hole. A bad fall, says our logic. It might have been dark outside. This place is a minefield in the dark. His expression is dull like the sea behind him, drops of water shining on his mustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build, age approximately 50 to 60 years. So in his 50s. He was confused when he died, says our empathy. Confused and alone, most likely. Overcome with the awful surprise of it all. He was just about to head home. The first step back home proved to be his last. says our Inland Empire. On a challenging check. I never know what to say about the Inland Empire. But because, do they know what it is? Study the surroundings here. There's some dried blood on the metal bench right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist. Let's examine the chewing gum wrapper. Rubobsky spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall. And I'm gonna look into the mouth, obviously. The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum, too. He ate the whole pack, right? Asks Kim. It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is... And Kim shudders from the cold. I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same. And our esprit de corps kicks in and with a challenging check and translates what Kim means. In a ditch off a road below 881, he thinks. A young father. Then he shakes his head to make the memory stop. Let's examine the man's head. There's a lot of blood over there, so you would think that this isn't a murder. A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is what killed him, says our logic. This is where he came out of himself, drop by drop, when he was unconscious. It took 3, maybe 4 minutes, says our Inland Empire. I don't see any other major wound, do you? It's hard to say. It seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench. Let's step on the floorboards. They screech under your feet, ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was what caused the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet, says our perception. Visual calculus says he could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole, and you would have never found him. What about the bottle? 75 centiliter Tolola vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. Tear all around us, says Kim, which is a really weird thing because the word tear is weird. But anyway, he looks at 2 other bottles near the coin-operated viewer, then at your yellow plastic bag. I prefer it if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper. True, it feels disrespectful, says our Inland Empire. I'm gonna take a step back. The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back. Who is this man? I'm gonna ask. It looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. He looks south, the way you came. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think? This is an omen, says our Inland Empire. A sign from above. Don't start drinking again. I'm gonna go with that if I can. He looks like me. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's a good point as well. I could have ended up just like him. Dead on some empty boardwalk with a bottle next to my corpse. I'm just gonna go with that. Well, at least you're not married. Kim points at the ring on the man's left hand, the flesh around it swollen and gray. Or what if you are? Asks our Inland Empire. But let's try not to run ahead. For now, all we know is that he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the Martinez boardwalk. What do you think happened to him here, or happened here? Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive. Well, also if it wouldn't have been for the board, I suppose, because the bench... Anyway, maybe... well... Could it be related to the lynching, Ruby? No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident, unrelated to the murder case. Agreed, says our logic. If this somehow converges later, why not? But without a question mark. But keep it simple for now. Do you think he was drunk? I'm gonna point to the bottle. Oh yes, the lieutenant nods. What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure? Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure. What about the kebab? What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. He shrugs. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the box. Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab, says our logic. No. A kebab is never a kebab. Or just a kebab, I mean. Someone should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk. It's dangerous. Yes, somebody should be held responsible. But unfortunately, they're also responsible for a bunch of other stuff. Like the state that the Ravishal is in. And maybe we should start by looking at those problems, because those are more pressing than, well, even though this killed this man, the state of Ravishal kills many others. At least we could guess that it does, even though we haven't seen many deaths. Or any deaths, apart from this one and the other one. I'm going to say that, though. They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean. He smiles sourly. Yep. It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still the question of identifying the body. Yeah, what should we do with him? From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle. Hold on, what about field autopsy? A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma and leave it at that. Let's keep this detour as short as possible. The sooner we get back to finding Ruby, the better. Yeah, but isn't that kind of sloppy? Maybe, but we don't really have that much time or resources to spare. The guys at the processing will take care of the rest. Yeah, we found him. We should finish this. Alright, we should first examine that library card you found. Then we can call the station from Mike Kanema. Let them know we're taking the case. Okay. So, we have a new mission. Good, good, good. Let's look at this new interactable object. A library card found from a pocket of the dead man on the Martinez boardwalk. It's still slightly damp to the touch. The cover bears the stamp of Jamrock Public Library. It does. The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads Central Jamrock Public Library card, issued by Billy Mejon, expires in July 53, so it is expired, right? Aren't we at 59 or something? Billy is a unisex name, says our logic. Gender neutral, I believe, is the... Unisex is more for clothing and stuff like that. Gender neutral can be also for clothing, but anyway. Could be the deceased or his family name. Okay, let's look inside. Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You found a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thrillers stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinting Curve by M. Thibault. Or Thibault, maybe? I don't think so. I think it's Thibault. A library stamp indicates the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers, too. If in the backside, it reads, if lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 00502555211. Or visit us at Mero Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours, 9 to 18. Good, he takes the note, Kim does. We should give them a call from Mike Kanema, see if we can learn anything about Billy Mejon. Okay, from your Kanema, that's pretty straightforward then, because I was thinking of using the other thing. The phone booth over here that we have. I wonder if that's a fallback for something, like if you somehow don't have the Kanema and need to use the phone. You have to have money, though, but still. What do we have over here? Tear in things. Get it. How did I not do that before? Because I'm bad. Mega Bino's prescription lenses for extra encyclopedia, but minus perception. Because that's what glasses do. Those are broken glasses, though, so it sort of makes sense. I might want that, though. Extra encyclopedia? Oh, yeah. They don't look different, though, do they? No, they do. Oh, they're not broken. How does that lower your perception? Oh, maybe because, you know, because glasses that you're not supposed to wear, they don't make you see things better. A lot more tear over there. Nothing going on around here. We still have the two kids playing, or I don't know if there are two kids, but we have the other place. Can I get down there? Only through here. The other place that we didn't visit, close to the houses. Most likely where I'm gonna sleep tonight. But for right now, we're gonna head back to the Kanima and clear as much as we can. There was somebody else that we didn't talk to, though. Okay, there's the church, but over here, there's nothing. Let's zoom out. Just keep running, little guy. Get those legs moving. Yeah. The church might have something. Let's go into the church. It's late at night, and, I mean, let's go. Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock carelessly drilled into the wood. You drill a padlock into the wood? You'd expect it to probably just break then. I'm gonna rattle the door, see if they open. Nothing happens, only the sound of the padlock rattling against the door. I don't think that's going to work, says Kim. Do you think our suspect is hiding inside? He raises his sight to the darkened window overhead. She might be. It's worth checking out anyway. The lieutenant nods silently. Let's inspect the carpentry. The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. Two large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold. Let's run my hand over a beam. The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch. Feels exceptional, says our interfacing. 300 tons of pine wood fit together seamlessly. It's old, too. Cut and carved many centuries ago. Pine? Centuries? Sure. I mean, maybe? I don't think pine lasts that long. I mean, if it's treated well, it does, but... Anyway, take a closer look at the padlock. This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker. It'll be easier to break the staple than the lock. Also, that sticker is interesting somehow. Yes, what is it? You see a yellow circle with two X's and a big curve below them. That's a smile with two things. And it's yellow, that's a reference. Is that a little bit of blood, maybe? And a bit below the... You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough, a smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead. That's how death works. Have you seen this symbol before, Kim? He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies, "No. What does it look like to you?" "It looks like a dead man smiling," suggests junior delinquency. Okay, what is junior delinquency? For Havishol SAR, the moral intern defines junior delinquents as minors between the age of 10 and 16 who have committed an act in violation of the law. These acts aren't called crimes, as they would be for adults. Crimes committed by minors are called delinquent acts. This was part of our officer's exams. He puts the handkerchief in his coat pocket. What is suggestive of junior delinquency here? I haven't seen that sticker before, and I am not a youth. That's what suggests, by the way, is that he can't tell. Well, thus it must be me. Yeah, our logic comes to the same conclusion as I did on a medium success. Yep. Let's try to peel the sticker off without ripping it. There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Is there not? Because I can't remember even what the sound is supposed to be like. Now it's stuck to your thumb. I'm going to put it on the ledger, right on the cover. Voila! It looks very modern, says our interfacing, who is old. I'm going to inspect the staple. I thought the staple was supposed to be like a part of the door, the way it was described or something, like a technical term for a padlock, or for a part of the padlock. Because the padlock's got, like, bits and pieces, like, I don't know the terms. Because you got the shackle. The shackle is a part of the padlock, but there's other things as well. The hood, I think. is part of it as well. The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wood. Closer inspection reveals that one of the screws is not a screw at all, but a nail. The work has been done recently and is unprofessional, to say the least. Well, if you have exposed screws, it doesn't really matter if it's a screw or a nail. You just get your screwdriver and take it out. I mean, maybe we don't have a screwdriver. Should you want to get through, it might be easier to just pry the whole thing off. This is where Mr. Prybar comes in handy. I'm going to turn to the lieutenant. He takes a step back. Maybe we should circle the building first and look for another way. The building has seen enough mistreatment. There is a touch of guilt in his voice, says our empathy. Should we start with that kick drum coming from the ice? I heard a sound before. Yes, the pulsing bass. I don't actually know what a pulsing bass is, but anyway, he raises his hand to his ear. A sure sign of junior delinquency. Oh, right, it's like something sound. Somewhere east of here. I can definitely open it if I want to. I want to go there today, though. And if I go east of here, we're going to meet those people that... Maybe I shouldn't. There's no time for guilt. There's no guilt. There's only my crowbar. Where is it? Where's my crowbar? There's my crowbar. There it is. Get me. What is it? 42%. That is bad. But it is a clean, white check. So if I get it any better, I can try it again. I won't get it from my skills, but I might get it from other things, like, I don't know, having Kim help me out or something. Kim is freaking out, but it's fine. Come on, 42. Oh, of course. That's right, son, but this is not something you should be attempting to do with your bare hand. What the heck is not with my bare hands? The doors remain unchanged, closed with a padlock. What do you mean with my bare hands? I got a pry bar. Is that not the tool that I need? My God, I really don't like the fact that you need to move before acting again. Yeah. Well, I guess that's that. Canonically, we missed that, even though we could save scum. Maybe we're gonna get a key, or maybe there's gonna be another way. I don't know. I doubt it, because I don't think I can go back there. Can we hurry up? Oh, yeah, through here. There we go. That's the sound. You can hear it. It's not that loud. Did we come up here? I think we came down through here, maybe. Yeah, I think so. Nope, no we didn't. So this is a dead end. What are you doing? You're going through there? That's an interesting... Sure, that's an interesting path. It makes sense, but... Anyway, let's have a chat with the person outside, and then maybe... Yeah, this goes inside, I think. Excuse me. Worrisome, but not super. A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing, says our empathy. And I immediately do the opposite of hello fellow kids, which is, dear child, it's freezing. Where is your hat? I have some questions for you. For some reason, the words don't come out. Instead, you instinctively touch your collar to check your necktie. The necktie says, it's crooked again. It always is. It's a traffic accident and a noose. You also, you shouldn't ask if she wants to party, or better yet, or you should ask if she wants to party, or better yet, ask her about that hat. Lest the necktie think you're boring. I'm not asking her about the hat. Bad necktie. Let go of the tie. I wanted to ask you some questions. I thought you were cool. What happened, man? Says our horrific necktie. And she says, I'm listening. A cold wind blows in from the sea. She breathes on her fingers for warmth, looking up at you. What are you doing out here in the cold? Recording, I guess. And what is it you're recording exactly? I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. There's no way to tell, not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound. She scratches her forehead. Is she a audio designer, maybe? Wait, what happened to the headphones? My boyfriend sold them. What for? I don't know, man. Just things. Just stuff you need for life. A lie, says our drama. They were probably pawned off for something suspicious. And what are these recordings for? The cracks and footsteps? The musicians in the Elysium use them for making music. They loop the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain. Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be like a music place anyway. She rubs her shoulders and looks around. I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer. She looks at the recording device, the thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish, very useless all of a sudden. And this is our empathy saying, so it probably is correct. Take this, you're cold, says Kim. The lieutenant begins to take his jacket off. No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck. It's okay. The lieutenant backs up and throws you a glance. What is my hat right now? What does my hat have? Can I give her my hat? Because I probably like my hat. When did we save? Million of hours ago. I don't like that. Oh yeah, before that check. I'm gonna give her my hat. Here, you need it. You need this more than I do. Oh no, not the Bippo! Yeah, I'm gonna give her the hat. Unfortunately. Why does that have a backup? Maybe we saved it after the check? I don't know. Unfortunately, we're out of time for the day, so we're gonna give her my hat in the next episode. For right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Disco Elysium. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.